Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here to day number 3 of a continual series during these times where I'm just kind of staying put for the time being and watching some of my, some would say, classic episodes, things that have happened through the course of my career here on this platform. I'm inviting you to join me as we focus on March 25th of 2016's daily vlog number 1363 out of 1911. For 5 years I did not miss a day of filming, editing, and uploading. Well, a little preface to that, a little asterisk. Day number 1363 was the first day I started putting edits in. Before that, it was all just a one-take, unedited.
Welcome everyone out of the Woo here, vlog number 1300.
Here I am in my old homestead, also in Orange County, California, which I moved back to. Currently I'm in Orange County, California, and this was also in Orange County, California, right next to the orange circle. So I'm saying that history has been made. Let me kick it back. Let me kick it back a couple seconds. Here is the first cut, right here. Bam. Two wrestling or arm wrestling gentlemen shaking hands was my first edit on the daily vlog channel. Now let's just focus here on this for a moment. This was a house that I rented very close to, some call the Orange Plaza, some call the Orange Circle, within, you know, a block or two from there. And there was a fireplace. You could see right down here between my shoulder and my finger is a fireplace that I never utilized. I got this at a thrift store, this elephant photo here, and this was a Pee-wee's Big Adventure. It was basically, it wasn't even screen used, it wasn't even a replica. It was just referring to Pee-wee's Big Adventure about the reward for his bicycle. And out here was a little patio area.
Explain this to you throughout the course of this vlog, but first,
that's an interesting shot.
Things will change.
That was an interesting shot. I put the camera on the back of a recliner, which I sold everything when I moved out of here. But I had a recliner, and the place I'm in now, I had to rebuy everything. Kind of a long story, but the recliner that was in the living room kind of propped it up on there, and there was like a little pole in the way, which is kind of a weird little way to set the shot up. But here I am explaining, because I was doing those unedited into the next day, the day of, because I had to start editing this, I had to do the unedited to upload to keep the streak going. So I'm showing myself doing the unedited, which would have been the Daily Woo 1362, the day before this, just to keep that streak alive. Okay, back to the footage.
Starting tomorrow, so I'll see you then. Now, I hope I didn't stir anyone into a panic yesterday wondering what was going on with my life, but this is a massive change for this vlog channel.
Another thing I'd miss about this old homestead was the photo. There's a couple things here I'll kind of direct your attention to. Up here is this kind of historical photo of the gentleman up on a beam. They're construction workers eating their lunch, and it's kind of a confusing. It's a little bit of an argument goes around whether that was a real photo of construction workers or if it was set up to be that way. Now it's going to take a while to get up to the bike wreck. It's going to take a while to get up to the bike wreck, but here I am making my coffee. I still have this cup. Whoa, that's a lot of sugar. I don't use that much sugar anymore. I don't really use that much sugar. In fact, at the moment, I just put a little creamer in it. It's probably a little too much creamer. I don't even use sugar because the creamer has a little bit of sugar in it. Oh, that's good. That's real good.
Or creamer. Oh, wait.
Okay, so here I'm using creamer and sugar, which was probably a little too much. Oh, going into the Woodio. the Woodio was a name some of my friends dawned upon this room here, which was basically, when I originally moved into this house, I had roommates, but then when the roommates left, I had this empty room. So I moved my stuff out of here, my bed, into the, what you would say, the master bedroom, which is where the roommates originally were. But now that I had the whole house to myself, this became the Woodio, a studio for the Woo, which never really flourished, but I did have some ideas
This is shit.
for it.
Ooh, that's good. Got these sheets of whiteboard last night. I'm thinking about mounting them.
Yep, I bought these whiteboard sheets. Okay, look at this. These are screws, not nails. I should have probably used nails. I am not proficient when it comes to a hammer, putting things together and doing things in the correct fashion. So I got screws, and you will see me nail a screw into a wall. I could have just got a screwdriver and screwed it down, but you'll see. You'll see what happens. Construction screws.
From the hardware department, which makes these.
Look at that bear head down on the ground. I forgot about the bear head.
Screws, hammer, screwdriver.
Look over here, the medical examiner, Matt. Not wearing shoes.
Look good? No, not me. The boards.
The whole premise behind this. I think this falls.
Yeah, well, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall.
Oh, my camera starts to fall.
That's close.
My camera started to fall. Basically what I would do is I would try to find... I was watching a lot of Casey Neistat during this time. This is around when Casey Neistat was doing his everyday videos. And I never really could get to that point, but you can tell that the way I do things now versus then has kind of been toned down a little bit. Some of this is a little too much with the angles and whatnot, but a lot of it was because who I was watching. I don't really watch a lot of different, at that time, I watched a lot of different people who were video creators, but I did watch Casey on a regular basis. And he also has some good ideas with showing, instead of just mentioning what you're saying, writing it down and showing it. And that's where these whiteboards came into. Oh, what's going on there? Okay, well, I'm using a screwdriver. I started to nail it in, and then I used a screwdriver.
Looks secure. Boom.
A lot of camera angles in this. Okay, here's that bear head.
363 days.
Now, basically here, what I'm doing is explaining how many days I have done and how I wanted the channel to go to the next level. The unedited was great because it would show myself in raw form. There would be no cuts in it, so every nuance of what I was thinking would show up on camera as a little more organic feel. But I felt like the channel would grow more because I would be able to film more throughout the course of the day. So that's kind of where this came into.
Creativity. By editing these vlogs, it will give you the ability.
See, step one, more creativity. Notice the collar here. What is going on here? You would think I'm putting all this effort into camera shots that I couldn't fix my collar. I'm talking about the collar, but then look at this. I have the old school type tripod here that has the little bendy sections in that you could wrap around a fence or a gate. I didn't really care for this too much. Now I'm using the Manfrotto, which doesn't have any give. It's a little smaller, a little more compact. But I went through a phase where I used this here and a microphone. I rarely even I don't go like a whole contraption like this too much anymore.
When I was filming that last little bit that my
Look at this little, over here is a tiki room behind my head. There was a tiki room napkin, or not a napkin, but a bandana. The horror hallway. Now, I still do have a lot of, collectibles, knickknacks, and whatnot from that genre. This here was awesome. The House on Haunted Hill framed poster. I always loved that artwork. Got old Vincent Price right over here. I still have this. This is on my current shelf. And I still have these Voorhees masks, even though I don't know what happened to these little boxes. All right. Oh, yes. We're getting the old shoe action. We got putting the shoes on. Oh, if I would have only known. If I would have only known what was going to happen to this bicycle within the next hour or two, I would have never said, I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that? But when I saw the slide, we just wait and see. When I saw that, it just kind of hit me. It has to be done. It didn't need to be done, and it was a mistake. But you'll see what happens. Back to it.
It's been a while since I broke this bad boy out. Got a few cobwebs on it. This bike is being
Pumping
attacked.
I think I got to put the. I had this for a while, but I hadn't ridden it. I was making a dead. Oh, what happened?
That worked well.
Like, what is this camera angle? I mean, this is pretty cool. This is a good camera angle, but it doesn't really add to the story any. Like I had this overhang basically, and here I am looking up at the camera that I had was the overhang for the porch. I guess it kind of works. Kind of works, right?
I think I got it figured out now. Doing pretty well with the tire inflation, but my shirt is on backwards.
Yep, I had the shirt on backwards.
Cruising through traffic on my bike, trying to find a bike path.
Okay, so basically, the bike had, you'll see in a minute, the bike had a basket in it, almost like you could put like E.T. the extraterrestrial in. And I use that to get groceries and whatnot if I had to go to the store. But I also use that to mount, it wasn't like a clip mount, it was just that like weird gyration of a tripod, top of the DSLR, crammed on top of there. So it was very flimsy. As you can see, it kind of does the job.
And now, I'm going down a very steep incline, trying to find a bike path. Where's the bike path around here? I've never mounted a DSLR.
Oh, those old glasses. Man, look at these old glasses here. Those were classics. I had those glasses for a long time. In fact, I had them for so long that they started to like kind of chip apart and fall apart. I had 3 or 4 pair, and then it dwindled down to 1. And I utilized those till their last breath. Those were the classic glasses that I wore. It was that was almost like a staple when it came to my old videos, were those glasses.
I found this really cool rock formation.
Oh yeah, a lot of zooming in and out.
Looks like some sort of little makeshift amphitheater. Stage is over there. People sit right here. All made out of boulders. I think it's only fitting if we're going to have a bicycle riding scene that I provide the view.
I do kind of like the DSLR with the wide lens. The problem is the temptation there is to just constantly be grabbing it and twisting it so it goes in and out and in and in and out. Where right now I'm using said DSLR. I'm using the Canon 70D to shoot this footage, but normally I use the Canon G7X, which the zoom is not as sporadic, where you're not as tempted to go in and out. So I'm kind of on the fence with which one, I can't talk, with which one I really like using. They both kind of have their own feel.
Because I'm going to do that right now.
There's the basket. I don't know. I don't know what this music is. Okay, I'm making music with my mouth. Pretty good shots. That's pretty good. Oh dang, that's good. Let's watch that again. That's cinematic right there. Look at that. Kick it back even more. You hear me doing the mouth music. Oh, right past the camera. And that's nice. That's almost like a hired extra. It was not a hired extra, but it was almost like it was placed there on purpose. Just worked out good. Look at this.
For a kid's playground. Look at the size of those slides.
Oh wow. Here it is.
I'm about to do something really ignorant.
Words to live by. I knew I was making a mistake. I'm about to do something completely ignorant. What is it, you ask? Notice the slide. Notice this slide here. This slide here is very steep. Very steep. Even riding a bicycle down there would be not a good call. I stepped it up a notch, and in my brain decided, let me take the bike up this, follow the little arrow there, climb up these stairs and ride it down this, I don't know what kind of incline this is, but that is something that should not be done on a bicycle, especially from someone who is a non-thin, not exactly the youngest fit person in the world. Bad idea. Bad idea. Here we go. Oh my Lord. Okay, I'm hoisting it up over the top. Oh, I don't even watching this back. There it is. What in the heck? Why am I am so dumb. Let me kick it back. Let's just kick it back here. Watch that again. Okay, this is the point. Right before this. This is the point. When I get there, I thought, I've already got the camera on the... Thank goodness I had the wide lens. If I'd had a non-wide lens, you would not have seen me fly. You would have seen me almost get to the edge, and you would not have seen the after effect. Now, if I had had a couple camera angles, you would have seen the complete crash, but you would not... If it was just straight up, if I wasn't using a wide lens, you would not have seen me take flight, almost like a Superman. Oh. Whoa. And you can hear me say, I think I say crap, or maybe ow. I think I say crap. It was painful. Let's go back. Let's go back now. Let's see. I think we can do like a slow-mo on this. Let's go to the settings. Playback speed. How about 0.25? Play it. Oh yeah, here we go. Slow-mo at quarter speed. This is it. Coming down. I think you can see the tire buckle. Yes, you can see the tire fold, like almost like a taco. It's like, check this out. So I'm cruising down here. My waist is over the basket, which means this left a bruise here over the basket and the handlebars. I slam into the handlebars from this point. The tire is here. This is the tire. The tire should look like this. I'm demonstrating what the tire should look like. But the tire has compressed into an almost, I don't even know what this exact fashion would be considered. Almost looks like a letter, like an unrecognizable letter here. And there's a piece of cardboard on the ground. Notice in the next clip that piece of cardboard has slid along with me. Wow, that was, I took flight. This is not... Oh man, okay, back to the normal speed and then back to the video. Okay, we're gonna watch it one more time and then continue on with... Never gets old. Never gets old. Fade out.
That hurt really, really badly.
Now I go and...
The bike is pretty much destroyed.
There it is. Look at the bike. Look at the tire. Look at this tire here. A tire is supposed to look like this. That is what a tire in good, pristine condition looks like. This is the opposite. And there's that piece of cardboard.
Look at the front tire. It's, yeah, that's
Man.
done. I'm kind of in a lot of pain right now, so it's hard for me to talk, but this is the...
I'm expressing how much pain I was in. It hurt
basket over
a lot.
here. Bike.
I had some bruises and ailments that went on for quite some time.
The sunglasses.
Look, the sunglasses.
Still here.
There's the
That hurt
sunglasses.
So bad. That was such a stupid idea.
I agree. Hold on. I gotta bend
It's still here.
I gotta
It hurt
bend
so
the
bad.
frame.
Such a stupid idea.
The handlebars of the watch. There's the basket hanging out down there.
Well, that's not going anywhere.
What?
Well, that's not going anywhere.
Oh man.
I'm surprised I'm not in the freaking hospital right now. I'm honestly surprised. Oh my gosh, that is not the wisest thing for a 41-year-old.
Oh, I just stated that I was 41 years old. So I guess when this came out in 2016, I'm 45 now. So yeah, I was 41 then. If I did that now, it probably would have hurt twice as much, and I might not have recovered as quickly. I am truly thankful, as dumb and idiotic as this was, and I know everyone makes mistakes looking back. It's fun to look back on and laugh. I should not have done this.
Way out of shape male who has not ridden a bicycle in 6 months to have done. That hurt. I'm not gonna lie, that was really painful.
I think I showed, yeah, look at this, some road rash.
Memory there.
That's some sweet road rash. Wow. And that's on dirt. That's not even on concrete. That's just on dirt.
I do not even want to take off.
I'm showing the knee. It was very, okay, I don't even want to show the knee. When I got home, there was a lot of cleaning peroxide. Man, those slides.
Thanks for watching this vlog. The first ever edited vlog.
Wow.
Couldn't ask for anything more.
The first ever edited vlog. And this went on from day number 1363, doing unedited to that point. I was doing 2 channels. I kind of faded out on the Adam the Woo channel to focus heavily on the Daily Vlog channel, which is where this is going to be uploaded on. You're watching this on the Daily Woo channel. So I went from 1363, continued to 1911 before taking a little break, and now I'm back, doing a few uploads a week, 4 or 5. Sometimes I even do a couple weeks at a time, but I do give myself a day off occasionally. Gosh, for 5 years and 2 months, I did every day. And then it continues on. And then,
see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
That was the completed bike incident from 2016, March 25th, 2016. We all have choices to make. We've all made mistakes. Not all of us have epic footage to look back on of our mistakes that some could jest at, some could mock, some could criticize, and some could hail as, this is amazing. I just so happened to have this. It wasn't my finest hour. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this particular episode, and if you like this series, the way things are going, give it a big thumbs up. It lets me know you care. It's a little different. This is something I never thought I would be doing. Reviews of some of my older episodes. But I'm kind of going in, I don't want to say spoiler free, because I lived it and did it and edited it and uploaded it, but these are the first times I'm witnessing these with my own eyes in years. So it's fun for me during this time. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.